Catch and fire. It's on the. He made it! Oh my!
Huntington University Foresters and the Indiana Tech Warriors. We want to thank you for tuning in to FDN Sports Tonight. I'm Preston Husband alongside Dylan Herring, and we've got a very good matchup here on opening night for hoops, Dylan.
Yeah, Indiana Tech known to have a strong program, which we've seen in the past. Always one of the best teams in the nation. It'll be a good game to see what Huntington's made of this year, and I know that Coach Maggart's been working really hard with this team, so I'm excited to see this matchup.
And this is really the first time for the Huntington fans to see Coach Maggart's real recruiting class. Her first year last year, she didn't get to bring a lot of those players in, and that's nothing against those players, but it's a fresh roster this year, and a lot of impact freshmen are going to be on the floor here tonight, even in the starting lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to see see what this recruiting class is made of, and I think it's going to be a good game.
Take you through the starting lineups for both sides. You just saw a couple of them there for the Indiana Tech side tonight. The Warriors will start a senior guard at number 0, Juliana Burris. Genevieve Decker, wearing number 2 out of New Baltimore, Michigan, had a great year last year as a sophomore. Taylor Covington out of Dublin, Ohio, a 5'7" sophomore guard. Erica Foy, a graduate student, forward at 5'11" out of Gas City, averaged 15.2 points and almost 10 rebounds last year. And then rounding it up at the end of the lineup there for the visitors is Corinne Smith, wearing number 31 out of Waterford, Michigan. And now for the Foresters, they'll have 3 freshmen in the starting lineup here tonight. Starting right away, Bailey Kellum, the all-time leading scorer at Garrett High School, starts her collegiate career here tonight, and she'll be a playmaker to watch. Annika Nelson, another freshman out there for the Foresters, along with Emily Sebo, one of the more veteran players I should say, for HU. Gabi Melby, who was here last year, but is a junior. And then another freshman, number 44, Olivia Raby. It's an exciting feeling in this new renovated Platt Arena, and we are excited to see what these two teams have in store for us tonight. It's our first time we really get to showcase a lot of these new Platt Arena technologies that we have. If you take a look at last year, Huntington was 5-13 in the Crossroads League. Of course, not a conference game tonight, but it'll be a true test against a top 25 program. And Huntington looks to jump that record for next year, and we get ready to jump it off inside of the Platte. Raby at the center line, and the Indiana Tech side will start with it. The Warriors coming in after a 27-6 last year, an Elite 8 appearance. They have a chance to come in and start their year off hot on the road. Foresters playing good defense here early. Looking to the post are the Warriors. They'll swing it to the left side. This is Smith. Up top, 8 on the shot clock, now 5. They're gonna have to throw something up, and the Foresters get a takeaway. Nelson ahead to Kellum, able to keep the handle. 3 ball on the way for Melby. She's got it.
Melby showed us last year she's capable of that, and when she gets hot, she gets on a hot streak. So we'll see if it keeps going.
Kellum showing how she's going to work as the point guard as a freshman, and the Foresters showed off that defense on the first possession, immediately leads to offense. This Indiana Tech team, very good offensively. They start to work into the lane there, and it looks like Gabi Melby's going to pick up her first foul of the night. That was Corinne Smith driving to the bucket. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Coach Maggard right now. Team playing hard on both sides. Shot up and good. Using the glass there was Genevieve Decker. This Indiana Tech side uses their size and will go into the paint a lot. For the Foresters, I think we'll see that, but they are missing Connor Gambrell, and Gabi's looking for 2 of them. This one's long and will fall out of play as Burris lets it go.
Yeah, I know we've only seen 1 3 go in, but it's kind of that heat check, seeing if she's on that hot streak and has it going today.
Gabi Melby has the green light anytime she gets it. She was a point guard last year, kind of playing as a 2 as Nelson nearly has her second steal. Melby able to chase it down, but she does travel. You can't blame her for the energy she's providing right now for HU.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness so far, and I know there's only been 1 foul, but sometimes aggressiveness can turn into foul trouble, and that's something that we don't want to see the Forcers get caught in.
Burris will lead the offense back the other way for Indiana Tech. 3-2 here early, just about 2 minutes in. Burris drives in, it's knocked away, and it's actually off of Burris last as Raby and Nelson in there to combine to knock that one off the Indiana Tech driver.
Yeah, so far a lot of pressure on both ends. Might make out to be a pretty good defensive game tonight.
It's exactly what Coach Darby Maggard wants to see. Last year, they played right with some high-level teams, but their defense let them down in some big scenarios. Melby fires, and she is already shooting it well inside the new Platte.
Yeah, staying aggressive, kind of pulling up from just about anywhere. And you know what? If it goes in, it goes in.
Melby's one of those players, once the confidence gets going, you got to be careful as the opposing team. Averaged 12 per game last year, already at 6, and she's got all 6 for HU. Indiana Tech back the other way. Short jumper missed by Decker, pulled down by Raby. Melby wants to push the pace. Gabi playing with a lot of confidence into the lane, loses her balance. Sebo will launch from deep, and it's good.
Sebo been proven to be a great shooter in the past, and once again, I sound like a broken record, but when she gets on a streak, she'll stay going as well.
She can shoot you right into a game as there's a shot up caught by Sebo. She rebounds it well. She's pushing the pace. Sebo thinks about another one. Now she lets it fly short. Falls down to Kellum, who keeps it alive. Bailey looking for her first career basket. Can't get it to go. Ripped down by Corinne Smith. Pace is picking up as now Indiana Tech pushes it down. Little fadeaway jump shot, and that one's perfect as Indiana Tech cuts that lead to 5. Foy, their best player, gets her first basket of the year.
Yeah, great work inside. They were kind of expecting a pass out, and she had a nice fadeaway there.
Melby goes out top to Nelson. Raby's good in the post as a freshman, showing off the footwork. Couldn't get it to fall, and Foy rips down the board. Back the other way with pace, and an easy basket this time for Tech as Corinne Smith got out and running.
Yeah, Tech's doing a great job of keeping the ball moving, finding the open person, getting some good buckets.
Melby with the 6 points has HU up 9-6 right now. Couple of missed shots in a row for HU. Kellum's going to let one fly from the right wing. Banks it in.
Well, you can tell it's not Sunday. Banks open.
We love to see that. And Bailey Kellum's on the board for the first time in her collegiate career. And the Foresters force another turnover. You just can almost see the difference in energy already this year from this Forester side. And a lot of it's to do with the talented freshmen that we've already seen a lot of in this first quarter.
Well, yeah, you talked about it before. We've got a really strong recruiting class coming up this year, and obviously they're keeping up with the Warriors. As I said before, a big program. And I'm sure they'll find their way back in this as it is early in the game.
Another 3 for HU, in and out, rebounded by Covington. First time she's on the stat sheet tonight. Indiana Tech pushing the pace. This is Covington again. Continue to work it around the top of that arc. Good defense again by Sebo. Late in the shot clock once again, 12 on it. Bounce pass inside and a perfect finish by Foy as that was a well-worked play by the guard, dropping it off to Foy.
Yeah, right now we're seeing some really great playmaking, some great passes. It's making for some quality buckets.
Kellum. Now Nelson into Raby. She's 0 for 1 on the night. That one is deflected away. Good hands there by Lowry to force it off of Kellum, an HU turnover.
One problem I could see for the Forcers, especially with there being a young group, is kind of those kind of mistakes right there. Some signs of maturity that may be lacking.
There'll be some turnovers with this side, but you'd live with that, and want to see a young team as HU dodges a bullet there. Smith missed an open shot. Melby back the other way. Gabi surveys into the lane, drops a pass off to Raby, and there's another turnover. It was a good idea, just didn't have the execution.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those second thought hesitations, one of those things that you can't hesitate. Not necessarily being on the same page.
Kendall Yoakum in for the first time, another freshman. She's guard forward out of Morgantown, Indiana, so we'll see if she can come in and collect her first points at the collegiate level as well. HU's defense continues to be sharp. Covington step back Jay off the front of the rim, and it's pulled down. Yoakum tries to save it. Instead, Kellum picks it up. HU has numbers. Melby thinks about a three, instead drives in. Right hand floater, she's up to 8.
Great move by Melby. Nice little stutter step. Thought she was going to pull up after she hit a couple of those threes and took it right to the hole.
Forrester's really working in transition right now, and the catalyst has been Gabi Melby. 3-ball right wing in front of HU's bench, and Foy pulls down the air ball and then gets fouled on the next attempt.
Yeah, talking about height earlier with Tech, it's kind of shown today with the rebounds and being able to get a nice putback.
That is what Foy does so well. She scores it at an extremely high level, but nearly averaged a double-double last year. Her stats last year, 15.2 points per game, 9.8 rebounds, and she did all of that while shooting 54%. And something else she excels at is shooting free throws for a forward. Last year, 75%. Here tonight, 1 for 1. Foy stays perfect at the line and cuts that lead for HU to 4.
Yeah, a player like Foy that might be drawing fouls all the time. It's always good to see that free throw percentage up.
Melby working with Kellum, Raby, Sebo as Kellum cuts in. Has to find an outlet. Who's Sebo? Melby wants her third of the night, and it's a little long and down off the board to Covington. Maybe a little bit of that heat check as you referred to earlier. That time Melby a little too strong as that adrenaline's working for her right now.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it, not necessarily making a quality shot there.
Great defense by Raby, forced a miss by Foy. Melby back in transition into the lane. It's knocked out of play as Foy tapped it out. And I thought we were going to have a timeout, but we're actually rolling with no medias tonight, so you're going to have a whole lot of Dylan and I.
That sounds like a great time to me. Take another look at this one.
Look to maybe be off the knee, actually, of Burris. Annika Nelson's going to come back in. And Emily Sebo's going to head out. So Gabi Melby right now, the only player on the floor for the Foresters that is not a freshman. Raby goes to Kellum. Kellum's got 3 on the night after banking in a 3 a little earlier in this first quarter. Bailey drops it into Olivia Raby, and that's the first foul of the night on the Warriors, as a little too aggressive from the backside was Elena Rangos.
Yeah, you love to see teams be aggressive, but kind of gets to a point where you get into foul trouble, like I said earlier, it becomes a problem.
Melby triggers it from the baseline. Raby hands it off. Kellum looking for number 2 on the night off the side of the rim. First to put a hand on it there were the Foresters, but Yoakum couldn't handle. Foresters last year 10-19, and Darby Maggard's first year, and a block there by Yoakum. She did that at an extremely high level in high school. Averaged 10.9 points per game and 3 rebounds last year, a little over 1 block per. So she'll come in and add some defensive effort as well for this Forester side. Dropped in pass, going to work down low is Indiana Tech. Shot up, knocked away by Melby. Second attempt, and this time Decker will head to the line.
Yeah, kind of tough there in that situation. Almost a little bit of a mismatch there on height.
Looks like Yoakum just got the arm of Decker there. Genevieve at the free throw line where she shot 59% last year. She's perfect on the first one, and that HU lead down to 3 now. Decker up with the second. It comes off the rim, and Raby collects the board. Foresters trying to find that rhythm on offense that they had earlier in this first quarter. Raby to the cutting Melby, nearly runs out of room, and she is on the line. And Foresters turnovers stacking up just a little bit here. Now, if you're Coach Darby Maggard, maybe want to see your team slow it down a little bit, get back into that rhythm and pace that they're playing with to start the year. A little bit of a stoppage here by the officials as they want to make sure, I believe, they reset the shot clock correctly. And it looks like they are going to stick with the 14 that you see in the top of your picture. HU right now being led by Gabi Melby, who's got 8 of the 14. Bailey Kellum has thrown in a triple as well, along with Sebo. Just 3 scorers so far in this first quarter, but HU still up 3 to start this game. A lot of anticipation for this side. Late shot clock gonna have to be forced up by Indiana Tech off the back of the rim. Yoakum grabs the rebound. Maybe thought that was a shot clock violation. Drops back for Nelson, and she's got a 3 in transition.
Yeah, great catch and shoot there. Love to see it.
Nelson last year as a senior out of Concordia Fort Wayne is Indiana Tech back. Raby pulls it away. It's going to be a jump ball, and it'll be the Foresters ball as the energy continues to work right now for the Forester side. As I was saying, last year, Nelson as a senior at Concordia averaged 12 points per game, 8 rebounds. She adds height and depth to this team, but also can step out and shoot, as you guys just saw. Little full court pressure as Melby will dribble against a couple of defenders, goes over to Yoakum, who swings it ahead. That's Peyton Hartsoe, who's just into the game. Yoakum pulls up, free reign from beyond the arc, but loses it. Back the other way comes Tech, easy running layup, missed on the left side by Burris.
Yeah, that's a tough break to miss there. Well executed, great pass, got to finish.
See if HU can take advantage of a missed opportunity by Indiana Tech. HU is tied for their largest lead of the night right here at 6. Hartsoe and Nelson. Yoakum. Inside, Nelson rolls and misses off the front of the rim, pulled down by Covington. Big chance for the Foresters, doesn't work out.
Yeah, pretty similar situation we just saw on the Warriors side. Got to take advantage of those opportunities and great plays.
4-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Indiana Tech trying to hold as late as possible with Covington. Nelson playing defense, cutting. Covington, left side, swings it up with the left hand, knocks it in.
Yeah, great strong drive, good finish there.
Melby's gonna have to throw one up here from beyond half court, and the Foresters aren't gonna get a shot off, but they do lead after the first. 17-13, this new era of Huntington University basketball is underway, and we'll see what they've got in score coming up next on FTN Sports as we come back for the second quarter. Back and forth. First quarter between the Indiana Tech Warriors and the Huntington Foresters. HU shoots 40% from the field in the first quarter, 55% from behind the arc. That's what's got HU going here early, Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. Melby doing a great job getting some good shots off, keeping the energy going for the Foresters and staying aggressive on the defensive end.
Decker swings it up top. Covington looking for a second straight basket. It's not there. Nelson rebounds it. And now we see Lauda Valiente in for the first time. Lauda out of Carmel, Indiana, but originally from Spain. Has been a really good playmaker as Sebo launches another one deep, and there's Valente picking it up. Nelson, shot fake, cuts in, floater, left it short. Sebo couldn't grab the board. It falls down to Burris.
Yeah, I think the Foresters need to be a little smarter on some of these shots, not full quality shots.
Covington cuts in, shot fake, and makes a nice move around Nelson to drop in her second bucket.
Yeah, great work there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get that bucket off your hand when someone's heading towards you. Great work.
Valente is going to have a turnover called against her, as I believe Nelson was out there for an illegal screen. See that nice move from Covington there. And a couple of our new angles that we'll be showing you throughout this season. I think that'll be a lot of fun for Landon Jordan when he throws down a big dunk.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see a Landon Jordan dunk on those backboard cams.
We'll see if he hopefully doesn't rip it off of there. I know Adam Widener did a lot of work to prepare those here today, but just a couple of new aspects in the new Platt Arena we're bringing you. And right now, this new offense is working for Indiana Tech as they have tied it up.
Yeah, time and time again, we're seeing some really great playmaking, some well-executed passes, and it's leading to quality points.
Kellum slows it down. Valente works it into Annika Nelson. Back cut, Kellum. Valente, three ball, short. Rebound down by Foy. Now a chance for Indiana Tech to grab the lead back here. See Melby walking to check in at the score table. And the Foresters right now looking for some answers back on the offensive side again. Lob inside, Foy catches against Kellum, and she gives Indiana Tech their first lead of the night.
Yeah, great pass inside, like you said, Preston. They're going to be working hard inside all day, getting points like that.
Valente being guarded by Burris. She drops it off on that left side to Yoakum. Back cut, Kellum, good connection, but a block by Covington shuts it down.
What a great pass, and then to be able to get the timing right on that block. I mean, both teams are staying on top of everything today.
Valente heads out, so does Yoakum. And Gabi, Melby, and Raby back in. Kellum going right back at Covington, and once again, Taylor's there to knock it away. She's been really solid defensively, especially on these last two possessions. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Raby and Nelson working together. Melby has it now. Melby uses a screen, 18-footer, and she's up to double digits.
Yeah, she's kind of pulling up from just about everywhere, and we're watching them fall. She's on it tonight.
Defensive breakdown by the Foresters, but they get a break there. As not ready to shoot it was Kryn Smith.
Yeah, it might have looked like a little bit of frustration, maybe even a little disagreement, but sometimes that's kind of a tough one where you kind of taking the step before the dribble.
Kind of going back to Gabi Melby as she's looking for some more here. Cuts it in. Nelson, step back three ball, second of the night, and you can count it.
That was an amazing step back there. I mean, one great court vision there by Melby, but that's a nice little sidestep. Great shot.
Steal here by Sebo. Foresters trying to get some momentum back. Melby transition, slows it down, back out to Sebo, and that's knocked out of play. But you look at some of these players for the Foresters. Annika Nelson is 6'1", and she's shooting it like that.
Yeah, great work there. I kind of want to point out, too, Melby's been putting a lot of pressure inside and creating some open shots on the perimeter, and I'd love to see that.
Couple of subs for Indiana Tech as Amaris Lowry checks in. HU back with the ball. Melby looking for some more. Long three, can't go in. Raby almost knocks it away, Sebo keeps it alive. It'll be Indiana Tech's, actually it'll be Forrester's ball as Tech started with it at the start of the second quarter. There you go. Good use of that new camera up top. Sebo gets down on the floor and keeps another possession for HU. I mean, you can't say enough about how far FDN Sports has come, Dylan. Just a lot of new changes. The screen even looks more clear when you tune in this year. Thankful for the new equipment, but also the new arena to provide some of that. Raby working hard, and she's got a well-worked basket inside.
Yeah, great work by Raby to get that rebound, stay strong down low.
Right back at him comes Tech, and Lowry sneaks it in.
Once again, seeing some more great passes. Going back and forth tonight. Fun game of basketball to watch so far.
24-21 HU. Melby into the lane again, throws it up off the side of the rim, rebounded by Decker. Genevieve pushing it up across the midway line. Burris has it now. She's been busy doing a lot of the ball handling here tonight for Indiana Tech. She has it again, working against Nelson. Burris cuts in, flips it up with the right hand, and it's good.
Yeah, great drive there, going baseline. Good finish.
Back and forth game. Seems like a boxing match right now as these two sides continue to exchange blows. Kellum, right wing. Trying to find something against tough defending guards of Tech. Now Raby inside, spin move, right hand hook is good.
Raby staying strong down low, getting some quality points just like that. And we know Tech's tough down low, but she's fighting it.
The transition defense right now, though, for HU is causing a lot of issues as now the Warriors cut it back to a one-point game.
Yeah, they're kind of getting outrun on the other end, getting some quality buckets, but got to get back on defense. And Tech's making some great passes.
Nelson outside to Sebo, dribbles with the left hand, in strong, flips it up, can't get it to go. Pulled down by Rongos. Burris working with the screener Decker, who has it now. Decker back to Burris. Little two-man game between those two. Defense standing strong for HU on this possession. Rongos drops it off. Indiana Tech doesn't have it at the rim, but a late whistle comes in on Sebo. Take a look at this one here, as it looked like Sebo maybe got a little bit of that right arm of Decker. That'll lead to some more free throws for Indiana Tech.
Yeah, I mean, that was a product of good passing and playmaking. That's what's going to create opportunities for points.
Chloe McLean checks in. She only played in 2 games last year, so already getting some more time here tonight than what she maybe was used to last year. But a lot of injuries right now for this Indiana Tech side. 5 players out tonight for them. So maybe a little bit of a different roster than what you'd see down the road. All tied up, 26-26. As Melby's been the hot shot here tonight for HU. She has it again on the left wing. Inside to Raby, now outside to Yoakum. Nice crossover, but she'll reset the offense up top with Gabi. 9 on the shot clock. Gelby into the lane. Raby across the lane, left hand, couldn't get that one to go. Good move, but not the finish as Decker pulls it down.
Yeah, kind of a lot of pressure there with the shot clock running out of time.
Decker, good move, and it's an and one in transition.
Yeah, you love to see it, working hard down low, getting the and one, and the bench is hyped up.
Decker spins on Sebo. Not a ton of contact there, but enough to send her to the line for 1 extra. And Indiana Tech back ahead by 2. And Decker already into double digits right now with 10 points. Decker trying to finish off the and one, and she does just that. It's the largest lead of the night for Indiana Tech. Just 3:50 left in this first half. Kellum turns it over as her and Raby were not on the same page.
Yeah, it's the kind of stuff I was talking about before where there's going to be some signs of immaturity there. Got to make some smart plays and make good passes, make sure everyone's on the same page.
It is only the 4th turnover on HU compared to 5 for Indiana Tech. It just has seemed like they've come in inopportune times as Burris that time gets a tough basket. Foresters need an answer here, down 5 in this first half. Just 3:20 until halftime. Raby and Melby. Melby cuts in, thought about a 15-footer. Now Peyton Hartsoe picks it up, jump shot, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, nice little pickup jumper there, especially with a lot of pressure.
That's why she is in the game. Hartsoe is a pure shooter. Foresters force another jump ball, and it'll stay with Indiana Tech. So the Foresters did a little thing different this year where they did like a tip-off night, and the girls team scrimmaged the girls team and the boys team scrimmaged the boys team, right? Makes sense. But in that game, Peyton Hartsoe made 6 threes.
Wow.
So she's someone to watch outside that arc this year for the Foresters. Spin move, Decker misses. Foresters get a stop. Melby trying to cut it back through the lane. Good move, throws it up, misses on the front of the rim, pulled down by Burris. Good chance for Melby to add on, just couldn't quite get the finish. No fouls here so far in the first half, or the second quarter, I should say, against Indiana Tech. 3 on the Foresters as Rongos gets her first basket with the left hand.
I know the Foresters trying to keep the energy up. Might be good to see them slow some things down a little bit and make some better plays.
Raby, top of the key, thought about the 3. She'll hand off to Bailey Kellum. Left-hand drive, lots of contact. Raby gets the board, throws it up and in. She's been all over the place on the offensive boards tonight.
Well, very easily could have stopped because you might have thought Kellum drew some contact there because it looked like it, but good job on Raby to stay and keep up with the rebound and get a point.
Kellum's got a chance to cut this lead to 1. Left hand, she's fouled, and this time she'll head to the line. Big reaction over here by the coaching staff for Indiana Tech. Jesse Biggs didn't agree, but it looked like enough there for Kellum to head to the line, and at the end of the day, it's the first 2 free throws for the Foresters.
It almost looked like the defender's hands were down there, so I wonder, I can definitely see both sides of it.
But if you look tonight, 7 free throws already for Indiana Tech, just the first 2, and maybe a contact on the last Kellum drive. This time, either way, she gets rewarded at the line, has a chance to cut this Tech lead to 1. Kellum, a prolific scorer in high school, led her team to a sectional championship last year. And as mentioned, Garrett's all-time leading scorer at the high school level. See how many she can tally up in her Forester career. Double team on the backside. Chasing the defender here. Covington launches, misses. Burris trying to chase it down. She runs out of room. HU ball.
Yeah, I think the Foresters are starting to adjust and put a little more defensive pressure down low, knowing that's, you know, Indiana Tech's strong suit, kind of forcing more shots on the perimeter. You might not see them fall as much.
Make sure you stick around for halftime. We'll have Coach Darby Maggard join us on the headset. See how she feels about her team's performance. Kellum trying to get hot, loses that one. Just a little too short, and it's pulled down by Covington. Covington wants to push the pace. Left hand can't finish. Raby pulls it down. Melby now pushing the pace. Nelson already with 2 threes. Make it 3!
What a great shot. Nice catch and shoot there. Nelson is on it today. She's showing what she can bring to the table.
Lighting it up with 3 threes already in this first half. Good defense by her now. HU a chance to add on to this lead. Nelson wants another and just about had it. Rims in and out. Little heat check.
Yeah, we were about letting we thought that was going in there for a second. You could tell.
That left wing's been very friendly to Annika here tonight. Just couldn't get the roll on that one. About a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Lowry on the left wing. HU trying to end the half with a stop and a score. Exciting matchup between these two sides. Burris flips it up, misses. HU will have the last shot. Melby surveying into the lane, through the defenders, throws it up and in, and the Foresters head to the half with a 4-point lead.
I tell you what, Melby is on it today, and she's bringing it. Get another good look at that. And that'll give them some energy going into the half.
An energized Darby Maggard going to join us here on the headset now. Her young team is playing with a lot of effort and playing with high energy at the moment. Darby, it's a new team this year. It's your first real recruiting class coming in. What can you say about these freshmen here tonight?
Well, right now they are loving the 3-ball. Like, woo, baby, we are jacking it. But no, they're playing with a lot of energy. They're playing with a lot of effort, which has something that we have been focused on for a long, long time, since June. So I'm proud of them so far.
You're 7 for 15 from 3, so you can't be too upset with them.
Baby.
And then Gabi Melby had some injury issues last year, battled that, but she's been a real leader here tonight. What can you say about Gabi coming in her second year in this program?
Yeah, I think just obviously battling injury last year is really, really difficult. But this is, at least in the start, this is kind of what we expected Gabi to do, which is come out and lead, just both with her voice, with her play, with her effort. But obviously we've got a young team, so we got a long way to go. But that was a good start, for sure.
Coach, a lot of fun over here on the headset.
Thanks.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
We'll talk to Coach Maggard after the game as well. We'll send it to a break now for halftime, and we'll be back for the third quarter between Indiana Tech and the Huntington University Foresters.
Olivia Pershing, Mackenzie Asher, and Harvest Green. Okay, these gals are going to face off here for 7 minutes. So we'll put 7 minutes on the clock. It'll be a running clock. As Renee gets 7 minutes on the clock, they are going to go against each other. We've got the blue team and the white team. And a lot of great excitement out here on the court.
He's reminding us tonight of our identity in him, that we're sons, we're daughters, and we're loved. And so we're going to sing a song about that. We want you guys to sing it with this. It says that we truly are worth more than gold. All right, put your hands together. Come on. I want to hear you sing it out, all right? If you know it, let me hear you sing it. You were walking on the moon, now you're feeling low, oh, oh. What they said wasn't true. Nah, you're beautiful. Oh, sticks and stones break your bones. I know what you're feeling. Words like those won't steal your glow. You're one in a million. This is for all the girls, boys all over the world. Whatever you've been told, you're worth more than gold. So hold your head up high.
first half. And Dylan, they're led by a couple of freshmen, but at the end of the day, it's the junior Gabi Melby that was getting it done for HU.
Yeah, really, Preston, what's been impressing me about her game is I feel like in the past we've seen a lot of her trying to carry this team on her back, and instead she's orchestrating great plays and giving all these new freshmen an opportunity to score, and that's showing, absolutely.
One of the notes I made tonight for this broadcast is that Gabi Melby has to limit the turnovers and be a good decision maker, and so far tonight, only 1 turnover compared to 3 assists, which leads the team, and that's exactly what Coach Maggard was for her team back when she was a player at Belmont, one of the best collegiate basketball players in all of Division I basketball history. Actually, Coach Maggard, probably a big reason why she gets a lot of these recruits, especially the guards. She was the only player ever in NCAA history with 650 assists and 400 made threes. So why wouldn't you want to come and play with someone that played at such a high level and did it at the highest level possible?
Yeah, Preston, there's a lot of opportunity, especially here at Huntington, to be able to get some quality minutes too, not only to learn from a great coach, but be able to develop your skills. And I know at times we do see players come and go and maybe play at higher levels, but there still is a good competitive league of basketball here.
And sometimes the players come down from higher levels and play here within the Crossroads League, and it's not that far off because we've seen a lot of Division I transfer. Gabi Melby's one. Ben Hummerkaus left the men's team and is now at Evansville.
And Zach Goodline came down from D1 as well.
Exactly, and he had chances to go back if he wanted to, but you're not going to see much higher level basketball than you're going to see here at HU this season, and Gabi Melby showed a little bit of that in the first half, along with Annika Nelson, who was rock solid. Yeah,
you saw in a great case scenario there, Gabi Melby making plays so people like Nelson can make great shots, but Indiana Tech working hard down low, Lena Rongos there, and that's what they've been doing really well. I think a lot better than the Foresters is great playmaking, great passes, getting some nice open looks that are making for some quality points.
It has been an efficient night for Indiana Tech, shooting 45%, but 0 for 3 from 3, and that's the difference because HU's 7 of 15, and I don't know if you heard the interview with Darby Maggard, but she may want them to calm it down a little bit with the 3 ball, but at the end of the day, if you're shooting 46%, you're pretty happy.
Yeah, and one thing to note, too, is we kind of noticed there that they started putting more pressure. The Foresters started putting more pressure down low. They started forcing more of those outside shots, and it was working. And, you know, going into halftime, there might be a little bit of conversation on both ends. You know, Tech might be coming up with a couple different plays, noticing a couple different things, and Maggard might be telling them to keep putting that pressure, forcing those outside shots, maybe slowing things down a little bit, making great plays. And Melby keeps staying strong inside, keep driving inside and creating plays outside. I think we're going to see more of it tonight.
And like I said, you can already tell the difference in this roster compared to last. Don't get me wrong, the Foresters lost some crucial players. Connor Gambrell was arguably their best player last year for long stretches. Deja Drake was a solid piece. Now she's an assistant coach, I believe a grad assistant. You had Amanda Lovejoy who transferred, and then Celeste Ryman who actually hit a game winner against Indiana Tech last season. So you lose those 4 players that got a ton of minutes. You got to fill in the pieces. The pieces have been filled tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good look for the future as well. I mean, a really young squad. They'll definitely even having one more year under their belt next year, and people like Gabi Melby, going into their senior year, being able to have an opportunity to make a run. I think they'll be able to make a run this year, but maybe an even stronger run next year.
And Coach Joanne Green, who's been an assistant coach here for a long time, said they're going to have a couple of hiccups, probably games they shouldn't lose, they'll lose, but games they shouldn't win, they might win because of that energy and that hot shot shooting from the freshmen. Tonight, they are noticeable underdogs in this game, but they're not playing like it, and that's exactly what Coach Maggard, Coach Page wanted to see tonight, and they've got their answer.
Yeah, Preston, I feel like everything's clicking. I feel like for the most part, what's different about this team this year than last year is it doesn't feel like there's 2 or 3 players that are trying to put the team on their back. There's some really good playmaking going on, some really solid aggressiveness as well that I think is paying off, and they're bringing the energy throughout the whole game.
We'll see if the Foresters can hold on to a 4-point halftime advantage. They'll start with the ball up 37-33. We've got a fun second half coming up. Melby with Kellum, who's got it now. Drives in behind the back, throws it up. She's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2 more.
So far, what I've seen from Kellum is she's doing a great job of staying strong inside and forcing some contact. Probably see more of it.
I absolutely love that Melby's not forced to be the primary ball handler all the time. Kellum kind of gives her a little bit of relief. And right now, she's 3 for 3 at the line. And we know that she was a really prolific scorer, especially with moves like that. And she makes her way to the free throw line. But because of that, sometimes she just needs to see a few free throws to go through, and that'll get her going.
Yeah, she's honestly seen tonight to be a pretty solid ball handler. She has no problem getting the ball inside.
Step back jumper from Indiana Tech, and a nice pure shot there by Corinne Smith.
Yeah, great shot. We've seen a couple of those tonight from the Warriors. Great work.
39-35 advantage for HU as they keep that 4-point lead they had at the half. Sebo launches a deep one, top of the key, a little too strong. Rebounded by Indiana Tech. Foy pulling it out of there. Playing fast are the Warriors. They will slow it down. Covington goes over to Decker. Foy in the corner working against the freshman Raby. Throws a nice bounce pass inside, shot up. Good defense by Kellum. Decker gets it back. Burris goes in, and she's fouled on the 3rd attempt.
Yeah, we've been seeing Indiana Tech stay strong following shots today, getting offensive rebounds. And it normally leads to that. Here's another look.
Burris just going right in there.
Yeah,
Raby
a lot of contact there.
Called for the foul. And sometimes that's your best chance. You get that offensive board, you head right back to where you got it from. And Burris makes it count at the line.
Yeah, Indiana Tech's not afraid to go to the foul line, that's for sure. And they're doing a great job of getting there.
Melby will handle the pressure here for the Foresters. Kellum out there with Sebo, Raby, and Nelson. Sebo driving in, left hand, can't get it to go, gets her own board. 2 defenders around her, back out to Kellum. Wing 3, a little long, doesn't find anything. Foy pulls it down. Excuse me, that was Corinne Smith who got the rebound, leading the charge. Burris working with Decker, trying to find Foy down low. Burris has it back, cuts in, right side, throws it up, ties up the game.
Yeah, Burris doing a great job at driving hard and getting inside, getting some quality buckets.
The coaching staff for Indiana Tech loving it. Raby, nice spin move, cut back to the left side, couldn't get it to go with the right hand.
Yeah, great move there. She's been good at it all night, just kind of struggled to finish.
Burris throws it over to the left side. Big chance inside. Melby guarding Foy. Big advantage down low. 3-ball, Corinne Smith. Air ball caught by Kellum. Melby down low. Raby with an open chance and one.
She's been staying tough down low, and that's bound to happen at some point.
She just missed what she probably thought was an easy shot. This time she finishes through the contact. Foy gets the foul. That's her first on the night. Peyton Harso comes back in. Emily Sebo heads out. As HU once again going with 4 freshmen and the junior Gabi Melby. Raby with a nice touch, finishes off the 3-point lead. Feels like it might take the last few seconds to decide a winner in this one tonight, Dylan.
This one's been back and forth and staying close all night. It's made for an exciting game.
Mistake made by Burris, back cutting Indiana Tech, not ready. She throws it out of bounds, and quickly Jessie Biggs goes to the bench.
Number 12, Amara Lowry.
Burris heads out, Lowry back in.
Reports in for the Warriors.
And Coach Biggs has been a little upset throughout the night with some of her team's decision making. Raby trying to make it 5 in a row. She's knocked away down there by Foy. prolific shot blocker does it again.
Yeah, it's kind of getting that point. They're getting used to her being down there. They're putting a little bit more pressure.
Covington behind the back, throws it out wide. 3-ball right wing, ties it up. And that's Lowry, who's just into the game for Burris.
Like I was talking about at the half, Preston, I mean, hang on here, look.
Mistake made by the Foresters as they took that ball out of bounds and then I think brought it in and threw it back out.
Ugh.
So they came over the line too quickly. That's a mistake the Foresters do not want to make again, as in a tight game like this, you gotta take good care of the basketball. Tech driving in, Covington fade away, too long off the iron. Kellum fighting, Covington keeps it alive and throws it right off of Bailey.
Yeah, great play, great awareness there to be able to make that play and save the possession. Get another look at it there.
Plays like that is what wins you the basketball game a lot of times. So second effort energy plays, and Covington's made a couple of them.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations where maybe for Kellum, you're wishing you didn't give up on the play.
Foy misses, Raby gets the rebound, Melby back in charge. Melby drives through, Raby, bounce pass, left hand, gets it to go. Those two working the two-man game.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, Preston. Melby getting inside, finding an open person like Raby to make a great bucket.
Now the pick and roll inside for Indiana Tech, no foul called. Nelson pushing it with Hartsoe. Thought about launching, Nelson wants another, she misses it short, it's rebounded by Corinne Smith. That was an energy-changing shot there if Nelson could have got it to go. Covington, left hand, cuts in, loses it. It's a foul by Melby as she got the arm of the driving Indiana Tech player.
Here's another look. Kind of picked out there, yeah. I don't know, kind of felt like ball contact, but not the best angle, I would say.
Yeah, Melby did immediately turn to the bench and pat herself on the chest, saying that she may have got a little bit of Covington, but Taylor Covington does miss the first. HU still up 2 here.
Yeah, close game like this, these shots matter a lot.
Covington misses both. Foresters secure the board. See if HU can hit one of those big shots here about midway through this third quarter. Melby has been the catalyst all night. Crossover, outside, 3-ball, Yoakum, too long. Raby with the hustle play. Hartsoe finds Melby, shot clock does not reset. Raby now working, trying to reward for that offensive board, leaves it short. Foy with the board. Moving quickly up ahead, and another easy basket for Decker.
That's another situation where they're not quite getting back on defense or fully paying attention to what's going on, and nice quick bucket there for the Warriors.
Foresters continuing to keep their composure against the number 20 ranked team in the nation though. Melby lets one fly. Can't get it to go. Raby fights for the board. Instead it's pulled down by Indiana Tech. Chance to take another lead. Covington working fast, steps back, throws it over to Foy, into the lane, 14-footer, can't get it to go. Raby is a rebounding machine right now. Intense first night of hoops in Huntington here tonight. Bringing in the new arena. Melby's gonna try it, second straight time, can't get it to go again. Good look there by Gabi. Indiana Tech back the other way.
Forster's kind of really hungry for some energy right now. Haven't seen something fall in a while, so kind of hitting a bit of a cold spell here, kind of forcing stuff up.
Another jump ball forced by Yoakum. She's been right in the middle of everything defensively tonight. It doesn't win the possession, but the next one will. Good hands by Kendall. She's been rock solid in her debut as well, from Franklin High School and Morgantown, Indiana. Known as a good defender in high school, already showing that here in college. Burris back in there for Indiana Tech, working against the freshman Hartsoe. 7 on the shot clock. Burris through the defense and throws it up and in.
Yeah, once again, great ball handling by Burris, finding a lane to get in there and get the basket.
Foresters down 2 here, 3:40 left in the third quarter, and a costly error by HU.
Especially this close in the game, getting later in the game, those are the kind of mistakes that, you can't make.
Coach Darby Maggard trying to keep her composure on the sideline. She's seen her team make a few mistakes, but overall have really played a solid game tonight. Back cut, Corinne Smith is fouled, and Yoakum sends her to the line for 2.
Here's another look. Definitely a lot of contact there. It's always tough to see whether or not, it's ball contact or physical contact.
Sebo will wait to check in. Another free throw missed, however, for Indiana Tech. That's 3 in a row. Smith at the line, only 63% last year.
Yeah, these shots matter, especially this close in the game.
This one's perfect by Smith. That'll now allow Sebo to come in. Raby will head out. Raby has been a bright spot for HU tonight. Already 11 rebounds and 11 points. And a first career game double-double for her. She's been as advertised here in her first game. So Foresters down 3. They can tie it with the 3, of course. Would love to start getting that flow going again on offense. Peyton Hartsoe throws it out wide to Yoakum. Shot fake, drives to the right. Sebo has it now. Sebo and an offensive foul. Looked like a moving screen there on Yoakum. Will be another turnover for the Foresters.
It's kind of a tough view from what we can see.
Yoakum now with 3 fouls. It's the most on the Foresters team right now. Nelson guarding Burris. Burris using the handles. Cuts in right side, flips it up, and has another basket.
Yeah, Burris is getting on a streak here, staying aggressive, and taking the Warriors further into this game.
Melby goes back right at her and gets that one to roll in.
It's just nice to see a bucket fall for the Foresters, get a little bit of energy, a little bit more momentum, keep it going.
Decker pushing the pace again. Smith out top to Burris. Being guarded by Annika Nelson. Good hands by Yoakum, knock it away from Decker. She's trying to find an option. She now finds Smith. Corinne being guarded by Yoakum. Good defense, 6 on the shot clock. Burris drives in, right side, 14-footer, rattles in and out. Sebo pulls it down. Melby trying to push the pace. Inside, wide open. Nelson, she's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, great look there. Good work by Nelson. Just got to make these shots.
Nelson has proved to be a pretty good shooter here tonight, as just a little bit of contact on the top of the left hand there by Foy. So we'll see if Nelson can keep that stroke right in line here tonight from the free throw line. Nelson in her college debut has knocked down 3 threes. He's got 9 points and stays at 9 there with the free throw miss. First miss from the charity stripe tonight from HU. That one's short as well, so costly misses there for the Foresters. Indiana Tech continues to push the pace. Burris against Melby, lots of contact, no call.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there, especially seeing it come off the backboard there.
Indiana Tech's coaching staff cannot believe a whistle wasn't blown. 3 ball here from Yoakum, long, rebounded by Nelson for a moment, but then tapped away and collected by Decker.
Over and over again, I feel like we're seeing Melby drive inside and everyone just stand on the perimeter to try to get a shot off, and maybe that's what Maggard was talking about before, that maybe she would like to see those numbers decrease and look for some other quality shots.
Melby knocks that one out of play, and it's going to be a baseline out of bounds here for Indiana Tech. Foy catches against Nelson. Burris right into Nelson, left-handed, wild shot. Foy rebounds, No foul called again, and the loose ball's picked up by Melby.
Yeah, Melby definitely was boxing out, and Ford just kind of reached over there.
They're letting them play right now as Coach Biggs is beside herself right here in front of us. Sebo to Kellum, dangerous pass. Bailey to her left hand, goes outside to Emily Sebo. Nelson, top of the key, 3-ball ties it up.
I tell you what, Nelson is great at the catch and shoot. She's right there and open, pass it to her, she will make it most of the time.
Unbelievable night for the freshman, now into double digits. See if HU can hold on here in this third quarter. Decker, left hand, blocked away by Nelson, and there was nothing but ball on that one.
Yeah, she did a little clap there at the end. You take another look. Nice little angle here. That looked a lot like all ball from that angle.
Maybe a little makeup call there as Coach Biggs has been working the officials. She gets a whistle there, and that time there was no contact at all.
Well, great angle there by our crew to be able to see that.
So that'll send Indiana Tech to the line as Decker knocks down the first. There's no other way to put it. I mean, that's a clean block by Nelson, but Forrester's going to have to play through it as Decker can only make one of two, and pulling it down is Yoakum. So HU still has a chance to take a lead on this possession.
Well, luckily they're not paying for it too much. Only making one free throw. Yeah,
ball don't lie, right?
That's right.
Nelson out to Melby. Sebo, top of the key. She does like to shoot it. We've seen Nelson do it tonight as well. Sebo to Nelson, cutting, and now she's fouled, and she'll head to the line.
Great work by Nelson, kind of looking for that shot on the perimeter and then taking the initiative to go inside and get a nice contact foul there. I mean, here's another look. I think it's just good court vision, court awareness there to be able to draw a foul like that.
Nelson at the line, throws it up, and right now she's shooting it well from three, but 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I was saying before, I mean, these shots matter a lot, especially if we're about to go in the fourth quarter here. Games come down the wire.
Nelson does get the roll, so we're tied up 50-50 with 13 seconds left in this third quarter. Burris going to try to push the pace. Lauda playing good defense, 6 on the clock. Burris into the lane, throws it back out wide. Smith doesn't get the shot off and can't get it to fall, as it wouldn't have counted anyways, I don't believe, and we're right where we started, 50-50 as we head into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back on FDN Sports for the final 10. First game of the year is not disappointed between Indiana Tech and the Huntington Foresters, as HU will start with it here in the fourth. We'll be back in a moment. Raby has given the Foresters a lead. You see a little melt there on some replays, and that'll make a good one at the end of the game as Olivia Raby continues to have an excellent debut.
Yeah, good work by Raby to get the Foresters up, 52-50.
Another close miss. Burris grabs it. She's fouled, and she finishes.
Yeah, a lot of physical game so far, I'd say, Preston. Generating a lot of contact down low. Both teams are, especially Indiana Tech. As you talked before, they're very strong down low, and it's going to matter here at the free throw line.
Burris already up to 14. You can make it 15 with that make. Olivia Raby with that last basket up to 13. 3 Foresters in double digits, just 2 for Indiana Tech. They'll keep going to the freshman Raby. Right-hand hook, and she's called for a travel as Foy plays good enough defense to knock her off balance.
Yeah, she kind of got caught there trying to get that pivot, that little spin move.
Just couldn't quite get to the spot she was looking for, and it gives the ball back to Indiana Tech here. Foy up top to Decker, who's been the other best scorer tonight with 15 for Indiana Tech. Foy dribbling against Raby inside, left corner, 3 ball off the front of the rim, caught by Lauda. Valente out to Raby. She hasn't been ready to shoot tonight. She's done most of her work inside. Lauda working, throws it out to Kellum. Forster's gonna have to get some offense going here. Kellum dribbles in and she travels, so back-to-back turnovers and big possessions for HU.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of the game where you can't make those mistakes. That's probably going to end up costing the Foresters.
Lauda steps back out. Gabi Melby back in. I would assume the Foresters are going to stick with their best 5 here the rest of the way. Covington over to Smith, and now Decker. Down low, good back cut. Foy can't get the roll, though. Not sure how that one didn't fall in. Perfect execution, just didn't get the finish. Melby off the dribble. Inside, loses it. Trying to get it back, and it's scooped up by Burris. And it's going to go to Indiana Tech. That's 3 straight turnovers now with HU down 1 point.
Yeah, Indiana Tech's putting on the pressure, and if you just lose the ball for a second, they took advantage of that opportunity there.
Taylor Covington brings it up. Out there with Foy. So you see Foy throwing it over up top. Down low. Smith was open for a second. Closed up by Raby. Covington drives left. Raby steps up. Knocked off her balance. No travel called. Corinne Smith answers with a 3.
Yeah, we're starting to see the opposite of what we saw the first half. Indiana Tech making more shots behind the 3-point line, and it's going to help them extend their lead in this final quarter.
Biggest lead in a while for the Warriors, now up 4. HU needs an answer. Nelson's been a good answer all night. Raby throws it up to Nelson. Melby, step back, 3 ball, no good, and out of bounds. Couple of empty possessions has the Warriors bench feeling very good at the moment.
Yeah, Warriors are picking up some energy right now, and this young Forster team kind of feels like they're losing energy and kind of getting to that point again, hitting a cold spell.
Covington driving in, looking for an option. It's Burris. Burris in double digits, working against Emily Sebo. Wild shot, can't get it to go. Gabi picks it up. Numbers here for HU if they push the pace. 3 ball, right wing, Nelson again.
Once again, another catch and shoot situation. If she's getting the ball, she's going to make it, that's for sure.
Unbelievable by the freshman Nelson. She's up to 16 now on the night.
I tell you what, Preston, that's what the Foresters needed. Get some momentum going.
Raby against Foy, a tough fadeaway shot. As the best player for Indiana Tech last year, shows you just why she has that title.
Yeah, she always does a great job with that little step back fadeaway.
Raby catches inside, working against Foy. Great position and an easy basket.
She's been working hard down low all night, and it is paying off. She's having a great showing.
58-57, 6 minutes left as we are coming down to the wire here in Platt Arena. Foy blocked away. Kellum picks it up. Bailey looking for an answer. Cutting Raby down the middle, couldn't find her. Sebo calms it down. Nelson made 5 threes tonight. Raby, 17-footer off the rim. Nelson kept it alive, but picking it up is Covington. Smith back the other way with it. Decker has it now, and the first time out of the game called by Coach Jesse Biggs. Not sure we'll have a voice after this one, Dylan. It's not been many stoppages at all.
Yeah.
I mean, no media is here tonight. And the first time out is from Coach Biggs, as she didn't like that offensive set the Warriors were settling into. But either way, if HU wins or loses tonight, you just have to feel more comfortable watching this brand of basketball this season compared to last.
Yeah, a completely different team than what maybe we've seen in the past. And a lot of young talent, like I said. If you're Coach Maggard, you're pretty excited because in the future, there's a bright future, I would say, for this Forster squad. And you talk about losing your voice, Preston. You've been calling a lot of games this fall so far, and as you know, the fall gets crazy. I know when I used to help run the stuff here in my time at Huntington, I felt like there were so many games a week. And talking to Professor Adam Widener, there's supposedly 12 broadcasts being done in all Forster Digital Network. Not all sports, but a lot of work by the students this week.
Yeah, it's been a busy week, 5 broadcasts in 4 days, but we wouldn't ask for anything better, and hoop season just feels a little different once you get to it. Long pass over the top, and Decker couldn't pull it in. And I'm just grateful to be here watching a great game of basketball, and this year you're going to see a different brand, as we've talked about many times, as Melby almost has that one knocked away. Forsters have to be smart here. Nelson throws it into Melby.
Yeah, a lot of pressure right now coming from the Warriors.
Kellum out there with Melby, Raby, Sebo, and Nelson. Kellum's got it now. Dribbles left, goes in hard, fouled and one!
Great work there by Kellum to stick with it with 3 people on her. Originally, I thought she should probably make that pass outside, but she worked.
I used it last year, but welcome to the circus as Bailey Kellum throws it up and in, not even looking at the basket, and she gives HU a 2-point lead.
That's a great momentum shifter right now with the Forsters having the lead. Hope that carries them in through the rest of this game.
Covington trying to work back with Decker. She drives in, ball fake, another one up through the contact and scores. Decker, a big-time player for Indiana Tech.
A lot of back and forth tonight, Preston.
4:40 left, tied up at 60. Raby goes to Sebo. She's open from the wing. Can't get it to go from deep. She's had a couple of those looks, just not getting many of them to fall right now.
I feel like she's been taking some deeper threes than normal. She is capable of making those. Sometimes it just feels like she's kind of forcing them up.
Good rebound by Kellum. Melby able to pick up the loose ball. Melby sprints down the floor. Left corner 3. Sebo makes it, but she's out of bounds.
Oh. Well, that would have been a good turning point for her to get her back on the board in a while, but kind of little mistakes like that, as we said before, are going to cost you in a late situation of a close game like this.
Of course, the old Platt Arena had all like 6 of the three-point lines on it, now just 1. Sebo just not aware of her surroundings there. It does cost HU the possession. Burris open for a moment, dribbles in, left hand, can't get the finish. Rebound by Nelson. Melby's the outlet, she'll slow it down. HU doing a much better job defensive rebounding here over the last few minutes. Raby, the freshman, left hand, throws it up and in.
Like I said, she's been working hard down low all night. Nice little spin moves here and there, and she's producing.
Nearly a travel, nothing called, and Darby Maggard cannot believe it. Back the other way. Keep a star next to that one. Burris looking for an answer. Little too aggressive there from Kellum. Not the worst mistake in the world. Just the second team foul.
Here's another look at it. I mean, pretty close. Like, you want to see that aggressiveness. It just kind of gets tough when we're getting this late in the game.
Yep. Not even talking about it, though, if she does make that steal and puts the
Yeah, that's a
Foresters
big
up
deal.
4.
Absolutely.
So, worth the risk. Kick ball as Coach Maggard is still doing some deep breathing exercises on the sideline. She went back to her playing days, jumping up and down on the sideline there in front of her bench.
She's ready to put a jersey on.
I bet she still could. Decker has it knocked away for a moment. Now she drives against Nelson. Corner 3 for the Tech Warriors. No good. Offensive rebound, jump ball, and it should go to the Foresters. Big chance in the corner from Lowry, but she could not get it to go.
Both teams staying on top of their game, Preston. Here's another look. I mean, a lot of awareness there, a lot of aggressiveness.
So it's been the freshman in Melby all night. We'll see if someone can come up with that big shot here down the stretch for HU. They continue to go to Raby. Corner 3, Melby, but she traveled. It's another Forester turnover.
And unfortunately, that's the second time we've seen that tonight, kind of thing, taking that step before getting the ball down.
A lot of emotions involved, a big crowd in the first game in a new arena against a top 25 team. You can understand some mistakes, but right now got to lock in and see if you can cut those out. Backdoor cut, Burris ties it up.
There's a prime example of what we've been seeing all day, Preston. Great playmaking and great passes lead to quality scoring like that.
Those back cuts have really hurt the Foresters on defense. Melby back the other way, slows it down, works it into Raby again. Olivia, shake and bake, can't get it to go though. Good chance there by Raby, just didn't have the finish. Foy drops it inside, it's knocked away. And that one looked to be off Indiana Tech, but instead it's gonna stay with the Warriors.
Yeah, kind of a tough look, I guess, from our angle with the referee being down by the basket, but it looked pretty clear from here that it was off Indiana Tech, but
I don't know if we were within 2 minutes, if they could check that. I'm not sure how that works. Foresters get a takeaway either way. Melby, 2v2, slows it down.
Forster's doing a great job slowing it down like we talked about after the first half, and I think it's paying off for them.
Got to have quality shots here if you're the Foresters down the stretch. Raby to Sebo. Thought about it. Melby will take it, and she can't get it to go as it's rebounded by Foy.
We had a strong first half from Melby, and now she's kind of struggling. Maybe it's just getting tired or kind of forcing shots up, but hopefully we see some better playmaking here at the end of the game.
She's only had a couple of minutes of rest, so definitely exhausted, but still could come up with that big shot for HU.
Yeah, absolutely.
Decker and Burris working together. Lob inside, Foy's open, and she scores over Kellum.
Once again, we've been seeing it all night, Preston. It's almost like we could have told you that was going to happen. We've seen it so much, and the Foresters don't seem to be adjusting.
1 minute left. 2-point game. Raby. Backdoor cut. Kellum sneaks it in.
Back-to-back back doors. That's a lot of backs, Preston, I tell you what.
Kellum trying to put the team on her back as a freshman. 51 seconds left. HU in need of a stop. Good catch by Covington. Foy, backdoor cut. Burris drops it off. Decker can't get it to go. Knocked away. Decker picks it up. And then out of bounds was the Indiana Tech player, and it's not called. Burris was standing out of bounds when that ball touched her, and they did not call it. Right there, Burris is on the inline.
They might ask for another look here.
Burris is standing on the inline there, and touched the ball out of bounds, but they did not call it. So now we'll have to probably come do a review with the clock as the clock continued to run after that wild play as the Foresters try to get it right. Extremely crazy scenario going on.
Might get a frame-by-frame look.
Looks like
Some
they are
discussion going on, yeah.
content with 35.5 seconds left. I mean, just a wild back and forth game with some interesting plays involved.
It's another look at it. Kind of tough to see it slower, but
when Burris, watch this replay here. Burris is on the line as she gets that first touch. That's a costly missed call there. We'll see if it hurts the Foresters. Burris to Foy, jump shot, no good. HU can't get the board, and the second chance leads to a foul for Indiana Tech.
I mean, it's been a grind game down low. Both teams are putting a lot of pressure, just trying to get shots up, not a lot of time left on the clock.
Foul on Nelson. That'll send an Indiana Tech player to the line. It looks like it'll be Kryn Smith, but she's trying to recollect herself at the moment.
Kind of one of those ones that knocks the wind out of you.
Smith, only a 63% free throw shooter. We'll see if she can come up big right now for Indiana Tech. Big scenario here inside Platt Arena, 64-64, 28 seconds left. Smith gets the first one to roll in.
I was talking about before, these shots are crucial, especially with 25 seconds left in the game, or 28.6 we have inside here.
Smith gets them both, big time free throws, and Coach Darby Maggard's gonna choose to bring the ball up to half court after this timeout. So Coach Darby Maggard trying to draw up her best play right now. It's a 66-64 game, and some plays could have gone really differently in this game, but right now it's Indiana Tech. Looks like benefiting from a big call down the stretch.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I wonder if the referees were confused about whether or not that we have access to review that, and we do, and we did talk about it before the game. Wonder if just the thought slipped the mind there. Or
it's a tough scenario and a tough pill to swallow, I'm sure, when Coach Maggard goes back and watches the replay. Remember, she was also upset with a non-travel call earlier in the second half as well. So you cannot blame calls for the game, but man, there's been some big ones. Let's see if HU's got an answer. Kellum inside to Raby, working against Foy, left-handed shot, and she's got the finish.
I was gonna say, Preston, just feed Raby. She's been on it all night. She's been strong down low, and I feel like every time she gets the ball, you know it's going in.
Raby up to 19 and 11 in her college debut. Maybe a potential Crossroads League Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great work there. A nice, efficient, quick basket. Saving a little time on the clock, but the Foresters are going to have to get a big stop here.
Indiana Tech can hold for the last shot. There's 24.8 on the clock. So they can hold and go for the win, or they may go quick and see if they can use that offensive rebounding.
Well, they've been playing pretty quick all day, I feel like. But basically more on the transition, but we'll see. They might be just trying to go inside like they have been all day, or maybe we'll see another backdoor pass. Who knows?
I would assume that's exactly what they'll go with, is that backdoor cut that's been so efficient tonight. HU is going to have to be careful here defensively. Don't want to foul a three-point shooter or anything that may happen under these emotional circumstances. 24 seconds left, Platt Arena, Indiana Tech and Huntington. See who comes up with the big play. Foy tries getting it to Burris, now she does. 19 left, HU needs a stop. Bailey Kellum, the freshman, guarding Burris, the senior. Indiana Tech gonna go for the win. Juliana looks at the clock. Right side, throws it up, blocked away by Raby. Foy gets the board, and we're heading to overtime.
I tell you what, Preston, I honestly probably would have done the same thing Indiana Tech did, trying to give the ball to Burris to just get a strong drive inside and create something, because she's been on it all day. But great work by the Forcers, especially Raby, to stay strong down low, get the block, and stay with the ball.
Foy threw it up, couldn't get it to go. Bailey Kellum, excellent defense. Raby and her keep the play alive. We're going to take a really short break and be right back for what we think will be the last 5 minutes between Indiana Tech and Huntington. It was already free for us, but now it's free for the rest of the crowd. 5 extra minutes in Platt Arena at least tonight, and Coach Darby Maggard has her team playing inspired, and right now it's anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an exciting game all day. I feel like both teams are putting in everything that they have, and it certainly is showing. Big game today. A lot of back and forth, a lot of aggressive plays. I mean, some great playmaking by the Warriors. Talk about those backdoor cuts, some great shots by the Forcers that we saw in the first half with all the threes. I mean, what an exciting game to start off the season.
So HU was 7 for 15 in the first half from 3. Here in the second half, they are now sitting at 9 of 17. So they've chilled it out from behind the arc. Annika Nelson has done a lot of that work. She's up to 16. Leading the Foresters, though, is Olivia Raby with 19 and 11. Also, Gabi Melby had 14, most of those in the first half. And then one more in double digits, Bailey Kellum with 12 points, 5 rebounds. Gabi Melby somewhat on triple-double watch with 14, 7, and 6.
Yeah, I mean, Raby, though, has been phenomenal all night and making some very clutch shots here in that last quarter we just saw, taking it into overtime.
I'd argue she's taken over for the Forester offense just as a freshman in her first career game. Covington goes to Foy. She's got 12. They work with Decker. Covington again against Melby. Throws up a wild shot through the contact. No score, and Kellum's called for a travel. Unfortunate sequence there for HU.
Yeah, kind of tough grabbing the ball, losing her feet there.
I believe the shot clock should go to 20. They have it at 30 at the moment. Foy back cut, and there again, wide open, and working that against Melby was Burris. Indiana Tech back ahead by 2. Melby dribbles hard to the right, throws it out to Nelson, inside for Raby. Tough move, lot of contact, no call, and it's knocked out of play on Indiana Tech.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a great look by Nelson to see that inside pass and giving it to Raby all day. She's been making those shots and looked like a lot of contact there, but no call.
Melby catches, works against Burris, step back 15-footer, and that's pure. Big time shot by Gabi after a slow second half.
Well, let's hope that she picks it back up and brings the momentum, because she could definitely be the player that brings a Forcer victory.
Watch these back cuts for Indiana Tech, as that's been their go-to tonight. Burris working against Raby. Kellum working against Foy, takes it away. She was undersized, but somehow got it away. Melby from way downtown nearly banks it in. Raby there to collect her 12th board. Don't know if that's the shot that Maggard wanted. This might be, though. Raby through the contact. No call again.
I'll be honest, Preston, she looks like she's getting beaten up down there, and maybe just because overtime they're letting them play. I'm not sure.
Decker and Covington. Now Burris. Good defense by HU here. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Covington against Sebo. Drives in right hand. Extends the arm. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Decker. Covington wide open three. No good again. Raby with number 13.
I feel like I'm seeing both teams getting tired at this point, being in overtime, kind of forcing up some shots, starting to not see a lot of quality plays being made like we have earlier in the game.
Melby trying to keep that energy up, loses the dribble. Wide open Nelson looking for a three, leaves it short. Maybe some of that tired body being involved on that shot. Covington right past Kellum, puts it up and in with the left hand.
I feel like we're seeing it a lot on the defensive end too, just teams kind of giving up on plays instead of trying to, cut off that inside drive like we just saw there.
70-68, Raby again. Right hand hook, doesn't get it up, knocked away, and this one's going to be HU's ball off after the jump ball.
I'll be honest, Preston, I don't really know if giving the ball to Raby as much as they have been is really going to work in this overtime because they've not been making a lot of calls and they've been putting a lot of pressure on her, knowing, especially after that big shot she made in the fourth quarter.
We'll see if Coach Maggard wants to change it up. Raby is the leading scorer. She has it right now. Kellum off the screen. Cuts into the left, loses her footing. That's a turnover by HU. Back the other way comes Decker. Slows it down, top of the key, three ball. Foy can't get it to go. If you're HU, you'll live with that. Foy last year only 2 of 19 from three.
That was one of those ones you feel like I'm wide open. I feel like I have to take this shot, but if you can't make those shots, you shouldn't take the shots,
Melby throws it into Raby. She's got Foy on her again. Now back out to Kellum. 8 on the shot clock. Raby against Foy. Throws it out. Nelson, 3 on the shot clock. Throws it up. A lot of contact again, but the possession at the end of the day, not the best from the Foresters.
Yeah, both coaches seem to be getting frustrated with lack of calls on contact, and even just some poor shot making as well.
Indiana Tech has a chance to start putting this one away if they can come up with some big offensive possessions. Covington has it for them. She dribbles into the lane, backdoor cut, wide open is Decker, and they're up 4.
There it is again, and that's something we said could easily give them the win in this game, is that backdoor cut. The Foresters have been struggling with it all night.
Coach Maggard wants a timeout. That'll advance the ball up past half court. She'll try to draw something up here. Foresters still not out of it. They can get a quick score and a defensive stop and either win or tie the game at the end of it, but right now they must score a bucket. Wait for this break to be done. We'll be back in Platt Arena again tomorrow night. It's the women's volleyball team back in action. That'll be a 7 o'clock first serve. And then on Saturday, Ross Gosnell and I have a long day together with volleyball at 3 o'clock and men's basketball at 7, as we'll be bringing you all the action here on FDN Sports.
Well, you were talking about it before, but, I mean, it's been a great year of broadcast so far. We're just getting started with it only being October, November coming soon. A lot higher quality production. The students have been doing a great job, and got to give credit to them and Professor Adam Widener working stuff out and figuring out all this new stuff and telling the story of the game really well, adding new things like backboard cams and whatnot. It's been a fun time.
Yeah, and it'll just keep getting better and better as we get further into the year. A little more experience on the dials and buttons in the back, and never know how far this broadcast can continue to go. Right now, got less than 2 minutes left in overtime. Catch by Kellum inside to Raby. Working against Foy. Contact left hand, no good. Sebo there, count it, plus the foul.
Great work by Sebo. I mean, following the shot, once I was talking about before, Raby's getting beaten up down low and giving the ball to her. I mean, she's been hot all day, but great work by Sebo to provide some support, get a rebound, and get a big basket there.
Left hand finish by Raby, no good. Sebo there to clean it up. That foul goes on Decker. Sebo a chance to cut it to 1. And she can't do it. Annika Nelson keeps it alive. HU a chance to tie or take the lead. 1 minute on the dot remaining in this one. Kellum trying to get into the offense here. Nothing going yet. Knocked away, foul called. And that's a little bit of a bailout there if you're Indiana Tech on defense.
You saw a little bit of a freak out there. Kellum realized that there wasn't much time left on the shot clock. But I want to point out great work by Nelson sticking with that shot. That was a huge rebound. Keep possession here. Get the Foresters back in this game.
Melby cuts in and has it ripped away. That's a jump ball, and it's Indiana Tech's possession.
Kind of a wasted opportunity there. I mean, tough situation.
HU needs a stop. Indiana Tech looking to put the icing on top of the cake here. Backdoor cut. Decker has been there all night, and that play continues to work against the Foresters.
Not trying to be too harsh, but I feel like they should have that figured out by now. I mean, they've been seeing it all game, and it's just wide open. It feels like there's no pressure being put on that backdoor cut, and I don't know how they're missing it, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, it's been the answer all night long. Anytime Indiana Tech has needed a big basket, it's that backdoor cut against the guards of Huntington University, and maybe that's part of having a young team and having a young core that isn't experienced enough to realize that may be what they're going to continue to go to.
Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit before. I mean, there's a lot of growth to be had with this young squad. Once again, looking good for the future, but it kind of ends up costing you a little bit in these games. Also, that being the first game of the season, it's kind of tough to, keep up with everything if you don't have a lot of experience in college basketball. But young squad so far, I think a great showing regardless. Even if they don't get this game today, I think there's still a lot of hope for the Forster squad.
Playing against one of the top teams in the country, a team that just went to the Elite Eight last year. So if anything, it gives you a little confidence heading in later in the season. Melby drives up and under, flips it up and in. Forrester's not dead yet.
Great work by Melby to keep him alive and get a quick bucket.
They're going to have to foul, and they're going to go foul Burris. She's only a 65% free throw shooter last season. Foy is their best free throw shooter from last year at 75%. Burris, 65. Covington, 68. Almost a steal by Raby, and then a foul is called. And I believe that will now send Burris to the line for two. Not sure Raby was trying to foul there, but she has whistled for her third of the night.
Yeah, I guess trying to save some clock here and hope to see some missed free throws.
Burris, 3 for 3 tonight, makes the first. Burris up to 20 on the night, excuse me. And now 21. And Coach Maggard's going to use another timeout to advance the ball.
Might draw something up to get a quick three maybe. I feel like that's what's going to get him back in this game. Not a lot of time left in this game. So
at this point, I think the Foresters have to start thinking about three and keeping it a one-possession game after free throws from Indiana Tech. So we'll see who they go to for that answer.
Yeah, there might be something here. I mean, Indiana Tech's known in the past that, they've given Raby the ball, but they might be expecting the three ball as well. So there might be something there that maybe Maggard draws something up to kind of almost use Raby as a distraction to get a ball on any ball. There's plenty of great shooters right now in the lineup, so
we'll see who Coach Maggard chooses to go to. Gabi Melby, of course, had the hot start. After that, she cooled down, but she seems like one of your big-time players here in her second season. Annika Nelson has been a dead-eye tonight as she's knocked in 5 3 balls on 6 attempts. Melby off the dribble. Looking for Nelson inside to Raby. Forrester's going for 2. Good move. And through the contact, Raby scores again.
I feel like, Preston, that's another one of those situations. They're not making the call. Probably could have easily been an and one.
So maybe that's what Coach Maggard was thinking. Maybe go for 3 the old-fashioned way. Instead, it's just 2. And Foy, who is the best free throw shooter on the Indiana Tech team last year, will have a chance at the line. Sebo picks up her 3rd. Foy, big free throws up next. First one up, and good. That's what good teams do. They find ways to make free throws at the end of the game.
Well, these are the ones that matter the most, these points. I've seen multiple times where teams lose games because they don't make free throws.
Foy gets that one to roll in, and Coach Maggard's going to move the ball up once again on the night. Foy has really started to find her groove here at the end of the game. 14 points, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and 6 misses from the line total from Indiana Tech. They're shooting 73% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad stat. I think most coaches might want to see that number up a little bit higher, but still pretty solid, and I think that's what's contributing to this lead at the moment.
Keep in mind, Indiana Tech has shot 22 free throws. Meanwhile, Huntington only 11. And that kind of gets weighed out because Huntington's made 7 more threes than Indiana Tech. But at the end of the day, you'd like to see the Foresters get to the line a little more. And when they do so, continue to make these free shots.
Well, I think it kind of goes back to that maturity level we were talking before. I feel like the Warriors have done a great job, especially with those backdoor cuts, to force some contact down low, talking about getting more free throws and also a lot higher quality baskets that's going to lead to this lead.
See if they go right back to Raby. They're running out of time, 12.4 seconds left, and it will be a inbounds play right at the hash mark in front of Coach Darby Maggard's seat.
Got some people in the crowd tonight. A lot of energy tonight in New Platte Arena. You love to see it.
It's been a really solid crowd all night. They've made a lot of noise. See if Huntington can give them reason for more. Good play here. Melby gets it knocked away, though. Burris forces a tough shot. Melby misses, and that just might do it here in Platte Arena as Indiana Tech looks like they're going to escape with their first win of the year.
Yeah, definitely a hard battle and kind of a tough situation there. Melby knowing she had to get that shot up, but looks like the Warriors kind of saw that one coming, as you would.
That one just forced up quickly, and like you said, maybe not the best shot, but Foresters did have to throw one up, and unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. Second one up and good for Foy. She's up to 16. 80 points on the night for Indiana Tech. This will be another full timeout for Coach Darby Maggard. I mean, we've said it all night long, but at the end of the day, you don't feel horrible about this loss. Of course, no loss is fun.
Absolutely.
I hate losing. You hate losing.
I'm with you.
Coach Maggard really hates losing. But they're going to do more winning this year than I think we saw last year out of this side, and I'm not sure it's going to be relatively close. This team just looks like they're built different, they're faster, they're more aggressive, and we'll see if that stays true.
I completely agree, Preston, and I think there's a lot of hope for the squad. I've been saying it all day, but a lot of young players that have a lot of potential. I mean, I think they're playing really well so far. Definitely some areas to grow, but I mean, there's 3 more years for all those freshmen that they could easily make a great run in the coming future.
And you already look at what the freshmen have done tonight. I mean, you couldn't ask for more out of these freshmen for the Foresters. Olivia Raby with 21 and 13. Annika Nelson with 16 and 3. Kellum with 12 and 7. As HE will have the final chance. Raby will get the last shot, and she can't get it to go. It's a 6-point win for number 20 Indiana Tech inside Platte Arena. A back and forth affair all night, and the Warriors come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, hard fought on both ends, both teams giving 100%. And I think a more experienced Warrior team came out on top.
Gabi Melby and Nelson had it going earlier. The Foresters had the hot shooting at the end of the day, just could not find a way to get enough stops at the end of the night. They give up 80. Of course, a lot of those came at the end during free throws. And for Indiana Tech, it was the back cut of Burris and Decker that really led them here tonight. Get some final stats in here. I think we're going to skip on Darby Maggard here at the end of this one and have her back for halftime in their next home game. As you see some final shots here inside Platt Arena. Dylan, at the end of the day, you get a really good performance from this roster out of the Foresters, just not enough against a really quality opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, probably getting sick of hearing me say it, I think it just comes with a young squad and maturity, and that's kind of what we saw today. But great work there by the junior Melby. She did a great job in the first half, get the Foresters going, and then the freshman Raby, she was tough down low, and it's always great to see it.
So that will take us to the end of the broadcast here tonight. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 6:50 p.m. We'll have some women's volleyball back in Platt Arena, and then the men's basketball team will tip off their season on Saturday. For Dylan Herring and the rest of the FDN Sports crew, we thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you tomorrow.